So now let's start our last topic, that is sex determination. In sex determination, we have one, that is male heterogamety. That is when male heterogamety, and the another type is female heterogamety. Can you guess what is female heterogamety or the male heterogamety?
Uh, XY.
Male heterogamety means that in this type of organism or the species, males have males will produce two different type of gamete. Okay, two different type of gamete, but in this case the female will produce two different type of gametes. Okay, have you ever heard about grasshopper?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the example of human, and this is the example of grasshopper. Okay, in humans we already know that a female have 23 autosome with pair of X and X. Okay, 23 autochromosome and pair of X and X, and this will produce a gamete having 23 or 23, this is 44 autosome, and this will produce 23 autosome plus X gamete and 23 autosome plus X gamete. So what you see that in this case gametes are similar, okay, for the female, but males X and Y, and they will produce 23 autosome with either X or 23 autosome with Y. Can you tell me with which process the gamete is produced by the female or the male? Is it meiosis or the mitosis?
Meiosis.
Yes. Why meiosis?
Because meiosis creates like the reproductive cells.
Yes, create the reproductive cells or the reproductive gamete by the process of reductional division. Okay. This will reduce the number of gamete to half. Reduce the number of chromosome in the gamete to half. Okay. But in case of grasshopper, the female will have some number of autosome. Okay. Pair of autosome. We do not know what is the total number of Let's see that total number of chromosome in grasshoppers. That is 24. Okay, so total chromosome is 24. Okay, in case
Mm.
2n. That is 22 autosome plus 1x, or we can say that 1x and null, x and x. Okay, this is the case of female, and this will produce 23. This will produce 11a plus x and 11a plus x. This is the case of male. Okay, this is the case of male.
Mm.
Let me draw the this is the case of female heterogamete. Okay, this is the female and this is the male with having 22a plus x 0 chromosome. Okay,
Mhm.
this will produce 11a plus x, and this will produce only 11a with one reduced chromosome. So it have only 23 total chromosome. So in case of grasshopper, the diploid cells have only 23 chromosome, 23 chromosome. But in case of female, there is 2n with 24 chromosome. Okay, so in case of grasshopper, how many types of gamete we have? Two gametes. Okay,
Mhm.
two gamete. But here is only one gamete. As in case of grasshopper, male produces only one gamete, that is 11 autosome with one X chromosome. Okay, but in case of grasshopper, female will produce two gametes but of similar type. That's why in case of grasshopper, we cannot say that male is heterogamete, because male is producing only one type of one gamete. That's why, for sake of convenience, we say that in case of grasshopper, female is heterogamete because it is produces two gametes, but this is two gametes of similar types. Okay,
Mhm.
any doubt?
No.
Okay. Let's take it male heterogamety of different types. Okay, take it as male heterogamete of different types. Okay, then you will
Mhm.
understand it clearly. That is, there is a two case of male heterogamete. That is, one type is XX and XY type, and another one is XX and XO type. Any problem? That in case of humans or the Drosophila, female has two different sex chromosome, but in case of grasshopper, female have only one sex chromosome, that is X. Okay,
Mhm.
any problem?
No.
Now we will study about the female heterogamety. Here, female will produce two different types of gamete. Okay, so we will study in this case also two different types, that is ZZ and ZW, and this one is ZZ and Z null. Okay, so in this case, this is our male and this is our female sex chromosome. This is our male sex chromosome and this is our female sex chromosome. So what you will see here, that female has two different types of sex chromosome. Here the male have two different types of sex chromosome. Here the male have two different types of sex chromosome. Okay, but here in this case, in female heterogamety, that female has two different types of sex chromosome. Okay, so these are the example of fowls, few fishes, and most butterflies. Okay, and this is the example of moth and few butterflies. So now you tell me, what is the somatic cell? That is, what is two, how many chromosome, what is the combination of autosome is to sex chromosome in diploid cell of fowl, male? Tell me.
40.
That is pair of autosome. Okay,
Uh,
that is a pair of autosome, or we can say that only autosome with how many, what is the combination of sex chromosome?
uh,
Okay, for your sake of
X,
convenience,
Z, and Z.
yes, Z and Z. Let's see what is the, suppose there is a 2n is equal to 78 chromosome. Okay, now tell me, what is the genotypic combination of male?
Um, with male. Uh, 44. Wait.
I'm not asking about the gamete.
Oh. Mm,
Male genotype of a normal somatic cell, not the gametic cell.
oh. Uh, XY.
Oh, first you have to tell me the autosomal number of chromosome. That is 76 plus Z Z. Okay.
Okay.
And what is the case of female?
76 plus CW.
Yes, ZW. And what is the gametic genotype?
38 plus
38 plus
Z.
C. Next,
38 plus Z.
38 plus C. So what you see that here in case of fowl or ZZ or ZW type combination, that male will produce similar gametes. Okay. Male is producing similar gametes. And what is the situation in this case?
38 plus Z.
Z and here
38 plus W.
W. So here female is producing different gamete. Okay. Now let's see the another case. Suppose here we have 2n is equal to 32. Here we have 2n is equal to 32. Now quickly tell me what is the male genotype of a somatic cell.
30 plus Z. Z.
Yes. And the female have?
30 plus Z. ZO.
Yes. And the gamete?
15 plus Z.
15 plus Z. Again 15 plus Z. Here 15
15
plus
plus
Z.
Z.
Z and
15
15
plus
plus
O.
null. Okay. This is a null value or 0. Okay.
Mhm.
So here female have, that is male have 2n is equal to 32 and male have 2n is equal to only 31. Understood?
Yeah.
So we have studied about male heterogamity, two types, that is XX, XY and XX, XO. And female heterogamity of two types, ZZ, ZW and ZZ with ZO. Okay?
Mhm.
Any problem?
No.
Okay. Now let's study about the sex determination in Drosophila. Okay. So for now, simply we will study that we observe the ratio of chromosomes, that is ratio of sex chromosome or the X chromosome or the X chromosome or the X chromosome is to autosome. Okay, so let's see some chart here. See, in Drosophila, there is 2n is equal to 8 chromosome. But if but if there is the ratio like this, what you see that if you see that there is x is to autosome ratio, that is what you will see that 4 is to 1, that is 4 is to 4. In the first case, what you see that there is a 4x chromosome and 4 autosome. So what is the ratio? Ratio is 1. In this case, you will get a normal female.
Mm.
Okay. If there is 3x chromosome and 3 autosome, there is also a normal female. And again, in this case, in third case, there is 2x chromosome and 2 autosome. Again, there is a normal female. And here also, there is 2x and 2 autosome. Again, there is one normal female here. If it has 2 is to 2, again one normal female. But what happens here? There is one X chromosome. There is one X chromosome, one X chromosome, and two autosome. So there is 0.5. If the ratio is 0.5, you will see that the Drosophila has normal male. Okay. Again, there is 1 is to 2. This is also a normal male, but this is sterile. That is, it cannot produce any progeny or the gamete. Okay, so these males are reproductively sterile. Okay. Again, if the ratio is 3 is to 2, then the result is 1.5. You will say that the Drosophila is meta female. If the ratio of X is to autosome is 4 is to 3, that is in between 1 and 1.5. In between 1 and 1.5, then you will say that this is also a meta female. Okay.
Mm.
And if the ratio is 2 is to 3, that is 0.66, that is less than 1, then it is intersex. And if the ratio is 1 is to 3, that is 0.33, that is less than 0.6, you will get a meta male. Okay.
Mhm.
So there is 0.5 to 1. Is there any 0.5 to 1? Okay. So what you see that in case of Drosophila, we have to only study about the ratio between sex chromosome or the X chromosome is to autosome. Okay. Any
Mhm.
doubt?
Yeah.
Okay. But if we take it in a rough manner, right now for your standard, let's see another comparison to remember, that is much easier to remember that. If x is to a ratio is equal to 0.5, you will get a male. Okay, either it is normal or a normal sterile male. Okay, if
Mhm.
x is to a ratio is 1, then you will get a female. Okay,
Yeah.
if x is to a is equal to 0.5 or in between 1, 0.5 and 1, then you will get a gynandromorph. That is gynandromorph of different types. Gynandromorph means one which have both male and female portions, female part in one body. Okay. And in case of Drosophila, let me draw the picture for you. Drosophila gynandromorph. Hmm. There is many pictures. See, you have different types of gynandromorph. That is, if this is your Drosophila, then this part is female and this part is male. This type of gynandromorph is called bilateral. This type of gynandromorph is called bilateral. Okay. And some Drosophila have this is female or a male, and this is male or female. Okay. That is, this one is antero posterior gynandromorph. Okay.
Mhm.
But some Drosophila has patches. That is this patch, this one, this one, this one. That is, this patch is female, this patch is male, again this patch is male or female, this patch is male or female, and this patch is male or female. Okay, there is a patches of male and female part. This is called sex piebalds. Sex piebalds. Okay, and if the x is to a ratio is less than 0.5, if this ratio is less than 0.5, you will get metamales or super male. Okay, and if x is to a is more than 1, then you will get a meta female. Okay, or super female. Okay, and I think this might be easier to remember. Okay, any doubt?
Mhm. No.
Now we will study about the sex determination in honeybee. Okay, so there is a honeybee called queen and honeybee called a drone. Okay, queen or a drone. So the female has 2n is equal to 32, that is diploid. But the male honeybee, that what you call is a drone, is haploid. N is equal to 16. Okay, so can you tell me if this male honeybee, if this male honeybee has to produce gamete, has to produce gamete, what type of process, with what type of process this honeybee will produce the gamete? Is it mitosis or the meiosis?
Meiosis. I
No,
mean mitosis.
mitosis, because diploid has 32 and this honeybee, that is drone honeybee, is already a haploid. That's why by the process of mitosis, it will produce a gamete.
Mhm.
That is n is equal to 60. Okay.
Mhm.
Now, can you tell me by what process this will produce the gamete?
Meiosis.
Yes, this one will produce by the process of meiosis. Okay.
Mhm.
So this one is going to produce the gamete, that is ova, egg, haploid, n is equal to 16 and n is equal to 16. Okay.
Mhm.
If this egg do not fertilize, without fertilization, if this will produce a progeny, then this progeny is female having n is equal to 16. Female having n is equal to 16.
Mm.
And can you name the process? This process is called parthenogenesis. Parthenogenesis. Have you ever heard about that? Parthenogenesis?
No.
So this is your homework to make a note about this topic. That is parthenogenesis. Okay. And this female bee is called worker bee. This female is called worker bee. Okay.
Mhm.
Any problem?
No.
No. There is a process of fertilization. After fertilization, this will going to produce it is female or a male.
Um,
It will produce male or a female.
um, male or not female?
Come again.
A female?
Yes, because as this honeybee is a haploid type and this has only one type of gamete and it is always a X type. Okay.
Mhm.
So this will produce a diploid female. Okay.
Mhm.
Suppose this is your honeybee. This is your honeybee and both are female. If this honeybee feeds on a royal jelly, or we can say that honey, this will get converted into queen bee. Okay,
Mhm.
will be the next queen. Any problem?
No.
And this female is again became a worker. N is equal to 32. This is also n is equal to 32. So this is a good example of parthenogenesis. The production of progeny without fertilization of gamete. Understood or not?
Yeah.
This one is not a worker bee, this is a drone. And this is male.
So only if the honeybee has n equals 16, then it's a male.
Yes, and we call it a drone.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if it has a 32, that is diploid cell, and the chromosome number is complete 32, and this will always a female honeybee. And if female honeybee feeds on a royal jelly or a royal honey, then it will get converted into queen bee. And those which do not get or feeds on royal jelly becomes a worker bee. This is your worker bee. Understood?
Mhm.
And this worker bee goes and find the nectar.
Mhm.
And this male is only for the reproduction and for the protection of hive. Understood or not?
Yeah.
So, except human races, in any phylum of animal kingdom, you will see that female is dominating and male is suppressive, or we can say
Mhm.
that submissive. Understood?
Yeah.
So, the last is sometimes in these three cases, in case of humans or insect, in case of Drosophila or in case of honeybee, what we already studied that there is an internal factor, or we can say that there is a gene which is responsible for the determination of sex. But sometimes there is external factor. Sometimes there is external factor which is responsible for the determination of sex. Okay. See,
Mhm.
in different animals, the sex of the progeny is determined in different ways. After fertilization in some animals, the temperature at which eggs are kept determines the sex of the progeny. For example, turtles, alligators, crocodiles. Thus, in such cases, sex determined by the environmental condition. Understood?
Mhm.
Again, in case of snails, on the other hand, can change their sex. This means that snail's gender is not genetically determined. See, in case of snails, if there is in the colony, if somehow all the females somehow get vanished, then one male get converted into female. Understood?
Mhm.
If somehow in the colony all the females get vanished or get died, then one of the female in that colony convert its sex from male into female. Then they
Mhm.
do reproduction and again restore the gender ratio, male is to sex ratio. In case of human beings give birth to male or female child due to genetic reasons only.
Mhm.
So there is another homework for you, that how the turtles, alligators, and crocodiles get affected by the external factors to determine their sex, and how the snails get converted from male to female gender.
Mhm.
Okay.